Thanks for having me today. I'm great. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Yeah, I was caught off guard. I was thinking we had another minute before we went on the air. I was going to chat with you off the air, but anyway, so we went straight to the air. So tell me about the story. So Amelia Emmett is the protagonist, you would say?
Well, there are actually two protagonists. Amelia is the person that the crime has already happened when the book starts, and she's coming back to work at the university where she teaches sociology of violence. The student who shot her shot himself, and he's dead. She didn't know him, so the mystery isn't who did the crime, but why. And then the other protagonist is a graduate student that is a little more mobile than Amelia is, because Amelia is injured. And it gave me a chance to let them sort of bounce off of each other. They make a lot of mistakes and get into a lot of trouble together.
Are you in Chicago right now?
I am.
Oh, okay. Is mystery, as an instructor of mystery writing as well as an author, is it a difficult genre because of the fact that you have to leave a trail for the reader, but lead us astray intentionally? Is that hard to do?
Oh, it's fun, but it is, theoretically you could say that it's harder than a mainstream or literary novel because you don't just write one story. You have to write as many stories as suspects that you have, right? So every suspect has to have a story that makes sense that could have made them the actual killer. So it can be difficult. I'm not gonna lie. But it's a fun thing to write.
Well, it's a fun thing to read.
Fun,
you do create these worlds, and the challenge that we as radio hosts have when speaking to authors, especially mystery writers, is that we never want to go too far. Obviously, it's going to ruin the experience for the reader.
No, you don't want to ruin anybody's beach reading.
No, obviously, yes. We've got a lot of beach reading here in Florida, by the way.
That's right. I wish I was down there.
When you wrote your articles for the different magazines and things like that, and then you took up this endeavor of writing an entire novel, how did you attack it? Did you find out that you had to do it in bits and pieces like your previous writing experience, or did you just go gung-ho and feel that this is one big project?
Well, that's a great question. My short stories tended to be long anyway. I think I was sort of, maybe long-winded in a short story sense. But when I started writing a short story that got incredibly long, and one of my professors at the time I was in a writing program said, "This is not a short story, this is a novel, keep writing." That was actually a novel that I have not published. It's in the proverbial drawer, as they call it. But when I put that one aside, not knowing how to make it better, I started writing The Black Hour, and it was pretty much gung-ho from there.
The what we know so far about The Black Hour sounds like the news. So we hear stories in the news of school shootings, obviously. And was the book a way to offer commentary on those shootings?
I'm not sure that I can offer commentary on the shootings. None of us really understand what's going on, why it's happening so often. But I did have some things, as it turned out, to say about victims and how they're sort of thrust into the roles that the media sort of places them in.
Right.
And then, it's not their fault that they're, being talked about and photographed. And in Amelia's case, the media is sort of getting it wrong. Everyone's sort of getting it wrong. They suspect that she might have known the student or maybe had been in a relationship with him. And she doesn't know him. But, it doesn't keep people from suspecting that maybe something was going on. So there's a bit of victim blaming going on there.
And this is what is interesting about the story is that it's not just about the character Amelia. It's about those around her too, because this affects everyone.
Mm-hmm. It really does. Everyone sort of has an opinion or, and a concern, obviously, if this can happen to somebody that they know, what's to stop it from happening to them.
It's an interesting psychological thing that you're exploring because you are exactly right. We do that. We tend to try to make sense out of something that doesn't have any sense to it. So obviously we have to read the book to see what sense there is to it. But I think
ruin anybody's beach reading.
No.
But I think you're giving us something that makes us think about that. I mean, if nothing else, it'll make the rest of us say, why are we blaming the victim? For any crime.
I'm just as guilty. I'm just as guilty. You want to make sense out of something. You think, well, why did that happen to her? Why did that happen to him? But sometimes, violence is actually senseless.
All of the research that you had to partake in, you had to go beyond the physical. You had to go into the emotional realm.
I wouldn't say that I did a lot of research. I work for a university, so I go to a campus every day, and so that sort of fed a lot of what I wanted to write about. Just being on the campus around that activity, that academic activity, fed the story, gave it a lot of energy. I borrowed the campus. I work for a campus that has Lake Michigan right up against it.
Mm-hmm.
So I borrowed that. I couldn't not borrow that. But I changed everything else and made it a fake university. But I tried to stay away from using any one actual campus shooting as the source material. Some of them are mentioned in the book. But I wanted it to be fiction. I didn't want it to be something that somebody read and thought, well, that's Virginia Tech or that's Northern Illinois.
Right.
I wanted it to be, safely fiction.
Robin grew up on that same lake. She grew up in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the title, the Black Hour, what does that mean? Is there a significance to the name?
There is, and part of the significance, I'd rather let you find out when you're reading it. But part of it, it's just the Black Hour is some of the dark moments we all go through when we have to decide who we're going to be and how we're going to live our life. Amelia has been through a very black hour already, of course, by being shot, and Nathaniel is depressed over a couple of things that's happened to him, including the loss of his mother. So there are just some dark moments that they've already been through, but of course I put some more black moments into the book. Otherwise, there'd be nothing to turn the page for.
Oh, wow.
Being part of the different writing groups that you are, I imagine you all get together and then you share story ideas. Is it really hard to criticize one another for the better?
No, actually, it's pretty generous community. The mystery community. They're willing to, share things that have worked for them. They're willing to, trade pages. They're willing to give it lots of advice. We get together at the mystery conferences. In fact, I'm going to one later this week in New York. It's called Thriller Fest.
Oh, nice.
And and we all get together in the bar and tell lies to each other. So it's a
oh no,
a lot of fun.
Well, you sound real. That's what I like the way you sound, Lori. I went to your website, and it's today's the 8th, and you're on your post for today. So the book just you say the book The Black Hour is here. So the book just came out today.
Today.
Oh wow! Well, congratulations on that. And am I understanding this right? Is this your first book?
This is it. This is my debut.
My goodness. Well, good for you. And you've got a following already.
It's had already some really good reviews. I've been very lucky to get some attention from some of the places that authors always want attention from.
All right.
I couldn't be happier.
Well, I just liked you on Facebook.
Thank you.
So I can keep up with you. All right. Well, the book is called The Black Hour, and Lori Rader Day spells her name Lori. Her middle name Rader, and then Day is like day, Day. LoriRaderDay.com is the website that I went to see a little bit. I love the way it starts out. The website shows like this very foggy wooded area without any leaves on any of the trees. And it says he was not my student, he was not my lover, he was not my enemy. So this is the big message here that the main character is trying to express, that I don't know what happened here, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened either. Yeah.
Wow.
She's going to find out.
And that's really marvelous, because your history of writing, you have to be a psychologist when you do write your book, so it has a real impact on people.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's also a really enjoyable read. I know it sounds like a downer, a dark topic, but I also think I tried to make it something that people would enjoy reading, that it would be beach reading, by having characters that people want to hang out with.
Do we get to know the bad guy?
Well, you just have to read it. And
Oh no. Okay. So I didn't know if we were going to understand anything about this guy who tried to do something really terrible. Well, Lori, thank you for being on the air with us today. Good luck with everything you're doing, and you're definitely welcome back. I've enjoyed the conversation greatly.
Thank you so much.
The website again is LoriRaderDay.com, and is the book on Amazon, etc.?
It's Amazon, Barnes & Noble, it's paperback, it's electronic, it's all those things.
And it's the first day, brand new baby book.
Yeah.
Brand new. Can I get it on I can get it on my Kindle, right? I can get it right now, couldn't I?
Sure can.
Wow. All right. Well, I have a Kindle, so maybe I will.
Yes.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much.
The weather's brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clouds and sunshine today with a thunderstorm around this afternoon. High 90 to 92. There'll be a shower or thunderstorm during this evening. Otherwise, clear skies tonight. Low 71 to 75. And tomorrow will feature a mix of sun and clouds with a shower or thunderstorm around early in the afternoon. High 90 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Stephanie Omo.
Dr. Asad Kamar presents Dancing with the Doctors 2014 on July 19th. This is one of the premier events of the season, and it's a fundraiser to benefit the Frank DeLuca YMCA and Boys and Girls Club of Marion County. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss the opportunity to see the elegant, classy, and always fun dancing. Visit dancingwiththedoctors.com to purchase your tickets now, or for more information, call Bern Pareso at 352-216-5493.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll